Today we're going to play with fire. That's right, the campfire. Campfires are great for camping, but guess what? They have a lot of other uses as well. So let's jump right into this. We'll start with some obvious ones, and we'll go to some that are a little less obvious or some that you may not even know. First use is going to be the most obvious. It's great as a campfire. It gives off light. It gives off heat. If you get too close, you set yourself on fire. Thankfully, I'm in creative, so I can survive that. Don't do that in survival. You will not like the results. You can also use a campfire to cook. You can cook meats. You can cook fish. You can cook potatoes. Just click on it. Oh, don't set yourself on fire. Just click on it. Wait a few seconds. Wait a bit, and eventually you have all of your cooked fish, beef, chicken, and potatoes off of it. This is a really good way to cook when you're first starting out without using any fuel. So it saves you from having to find coal or make coal in a furnace. So a good way to cook your food is to build yourself a quick little fireplace. You can put that in the corner of your starter base and you can throw your food on there. And then now you won't get burned whenever your food is done. After all, safety first. If you want smoke to come out of the top of your chimney, a really cool trick here that you can do is you can put a campfire up here on the top. Surround it by trapdoors. Oops, let's try the top trapdoor here. And now you have a working chimney. But let's say you want that smoke to go up even higher. Did you know if you put a hay bale underneath, the smoke will now go up much, much higher? Look at how much higher that smoke is going. Then just put another row of trapdoors around it to hide it. And now you have a working chimney with super tall smoke. All you need now is the rest of your house, not included. You can also use a couple of campfires to make a working hot tub. Now, this design is definitely not the most stylish, but you can see how it functions. So you go up the stairs and there is steam coming out of the water. So I come around the back here. I made the back out of glass so you can see exactly how this is working. So, see, there's a couple of campfires underneath some top slabs, and then the smoke will come right through it. Oh, and there's an extra top slab over there somehow. But it'll come right through the top slabs, so it's not a full block. And then you have your steam coming up through your water. You can use the same basic principle that we used for the hot tub and put it underneath some lava and some magma blocks and give yourself a really, really hot tub. So we talked about making the smoke go extra high, but what if we want to get rid of it? String. String is your friend. Stack 2 pieces of string on top of your fire and you can barely see the string when you're up close, but otherwise it looks like a smokeless fire. This is really good if you're trying to hide in the woods. Like say if you're playing PvP or something like that and you want to use a campfire but you don't want the smoke to be seen from far, far away. Guess what? Now you're hiding your campfire in plain sight. So one of the reasons this works is because campfires don't spread fire unless you stand on them. So don't stand on them. So you can put leaves or even TNT right next to a fire. They will never burn. Fire doesn't spread from a campfire. Too bad it doesn't work like that in real life. Although if it did, Smokey the Bear would be out of a job. Campfires aren't good only when they're burning. They're even good when they're extinguished. They're a great building block. Here's a few ideas with using extinguished ones. So first, to extinguish it, you have 2 options. You can hit it with a shovel, right click, or you can throw a splash water bottle at it. Poof, and it's put out. Now if you wanted to relight it, you can use a flint and steel to relight it, or you can actually set yourself on fire and walk across it. they'll relight. But let's not do that. One good use for the extinguished campfires are using them as piles of logs. Let's say you have piles of logs and you want piles of firewood next to it. So you can put them down, hit it with a shovel, extinguish it, and now you have piles of firewood. These are also really good next to your fireplace in your house. They even make a really good, oh my good golly, why is that one backwards? As I was saying, they even make a really good canopy or an awning or a covered porch. They're a great building block to use. People tend to use them a lot, actually. So if you haven't used them in your builds, now's a good time to start. You can even hang things from the bottom like lanterns, just like you could any other solid block. That has got to be the worst porch I think I have ever seen in my life. But you get the idea. Extinguished campfires also make a pretty good base for a bridge, and the best part is they are not a full block, which means they are not a spawnable block. Mobs won't spawn on them. Speaking of mobs, campfires, whether they're extinguished or not, are one of the few blocks that spiders cannot climb. So if you watch these guys, they'll climb up onto it, and they'll actually fall and take fall damage, something that spiders don't usually do. Eventually. But you see, they're trying to climb. They can't climb. They'll get up there and they'll fall down. And, okay, maybe it's not tall. There we go. See, spider took fall damage because he can't climb on the campfires. Now, there is a little bit of a trick to placing campfires on top of each other. You have to start from the top down. So, let's say you want 4 campfires stacked up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put your campfire on top. Get rid of that one. Place it from the bottom. Place it from the bottom. Place it from the bottom. If you try to go on top, there's nothing you can do. Even if it's extinguished, you still can't place a campfire on top. You have to go from the top down. Stacking up campfires like this has another really cool use. So start by building up 2 on each side, then build your campfires, put them underneath, campfires, underneath again. Now extinguish them. Put a couple of trapdoors stacked up. Put a couple of trapdoors stacked up on this side. Oops. Get rid of that one. Close them. Now pretend you've got your wall back here. Put a couple more trapdoors right here on top. And now you have shelves that you can put your food on, because when they're extinguished, they're not going to cook your food. Oops, that's the wrong fish. But you get the idea. You can put your food on there and make storage shelves in a pantry. So as you can see, campfires aren't just for camping. They have tons and tons of uses. If you have a use for a campfire that I didn't cover here, let me know. I know that there's a lot of them out there. Comment down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I try to do one of these useful tips and tricks for a block. I pick one that's got a lot of uses that people don't typically think about. And I try to do one, well, whenever I feel like it. Sometimes it's once a week. Sometimes it's less. Sometimes it's more. Anyway, like I said, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.